Woody Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for My Hero Academia, aka Boku no Hero Academia, Season 3, Episode 18, aka Episode 56, titled Rush. First of all, one of my favorite fights in the entire series is getting adapted today. And I swear to God, Studio Bones, if you fuck it up, I'm going to be extremely angry. Anyway, so basically after the opening song, we get the explanation of the first exam, which I'm not really feeling, to be honest. I kind of wish that would have been before the opening song, but also, I don't mind this, that right after the opening song, we start at the beginning of chapter 108, and we get that content, which is totally fine with me, and then we get the title card, and then go into about the start of the Bakugo slash Kaminari fight, which is near the end of chapter 106. So, without further ado, let's get to this. Okay, and so for those of you that are curious where this is starting at, this is at about the 4-minute 9-second mark. So, okay, we're looking good. Okay, also the Aizawa stuff is skipped. Fine, I'm down with it. It flows perfectly into chapter 107. Okay, now this is where I got a problem with. So when we're getting into the chapter 107 content here, I don't understand why you did this, Studio Bones. You could have done it this way. Like, it just basically says, Bakugo just says armor-piercing shot, autocannon, and it just says with a little less oomph, because I use it on a person here. Or basically, you know, it just says that, but a little bit different. What I wish they would have done was, you could have had Bakugo say the armor-piercing shot, autocannon, and had it's a scatter shot version of my new move with a little less oomph, because I'm using it on a person here. I don't understand why you didn't do that. That was really freaking stupid. The other thing that's kind of bothering me is that, I feel like Studio Bones is not utilizing the animation the best way, they could. They're not. I will say this, they are utilizing their soundtrack, and that's really, really refreshing, but they're not utilizing their animation here. And maybe it's, I know you guys get sick of me saying this, but, but man, this week's episode of Captain Tsubasa 2018, oh my god, it was the best goddamn episode of anime I have seen this year. And that's saying a lot, because March Comes in Like a Lion, Season 2 had a very, very beautiful episode this year as well. And it's just, I keep mentioning it, and I have to mention it this week because, my god, a lot of the stuff that David Productions used animation-wise is a lot of the techniques in there I really wish Studio Bones was using in here, especially the backgrounds, because like what David Productions does is the backgrounds that he uses reflect the emotions of the characters, and it looks so cool. And yes, you know, I'm watching this right now, and yes, we do get to see that here and there, like we get some cool white backgrounds, but like, come on, do more with them. Like, give us some reds to reflect the anger, or give us like when Kaminari is getting pissed. Like, do that. Or like when Kaminari, and I'm seeing this Kaminari is about to, no, this is not it. Hold on a second. No, not yet. Oh! Before I forget, yay! We got visual explanation! Yay! That makes me happy. Also, okay, talk about a little bit more about the animation problems. I've been having problems with how Studio Bones has done Bakugo's dialogue since I started covering this series. Like, I don't understand why you don't have like this line here. You just chopped it up when Bakugo says, "Keep flapping those lips if you want to die." Like, come on, why didn't you have that? Let's see. No, never Bakugo! But I will say this though, I think the best part animation-wise of this episode is the flesh coming, you know, the flesh that Seiji uses. I think that's like the best part about this episode is that animation. It looks so cool. It's flowing really nicely. It looks really awesome. I think animation-wise, that's the best part. Okay, I will say this as well. Again, something that Studio Bones just cannot animate beautifully compared to like a Studio Orange, David Productions, what's the other one? TMS Entertainment, oh my god, and Studio Shaft. It's fucking landscapes. They can't do landscapes compared to them. But I don't like how, writing-wise, I don't like how Studio Bones changed the analogy about, is that the wheat to be separated from the chaff? I don't like that. That really bothers me. But like, throughout this whole episode, there's just so much wasted potential animation-wise. You could do some cool shit. And also, the other thing that's really bothering me is, and no, David Productions does not do, like, comic book effects. But they don't have to, because they do comic book style animation, which would be nice to have here, but something that we haven't seen, like, Studio Bones has just been very mixed on comic book effects this season, but it's just frustrating because in season 2, we saw comic book effects all the fucking time. Why? Why can't we get comic book effects here? Studio Bones. But like, when we see, oh my god. Ooh, yeah, when we got, the flip. Oh, the flip. I wish we had the flip, and I wish we would have had the boob, but we did get the cool we got like a white background for when, Kaminari threw that. But this is what this is really frustrating. When Kaminari is, about to launch a spirit gun, or, I'm sorry, an electric gun, it's like, dude, you could have had, like, this badass, like, dark blue background and shit, and it would have looked awesome, but no, you did not do that. But when after he fired it though, you had some really cool like lightning and shit. It looked awesome, like the color scheme. Flashback wise, we're looking at the flashback now. Yeah, the flashback, we did it. Simple flashback animation. It wasn't color scheme wise. It wasn't like what David Productions did. With like a really cool gritty looking cinematic shit. It wasn't noir style like what Studio Shaft did. And the reason why I keep bringing like different studios up is that it's just disappointing that Studio Bones is just not taking chances. They're not taking any risks with their animation and not being innovative. It's just, and yeah, and I will say this again, the animation for the most part looks nice, but it'd be nice for them to take some risks. Let's see. Okay, now this is where it frustrates me. And this is when, like, Kirishima is talking about, oh, God, this is so fucking wasted potential. When Kirishima is telling Seiji, look, you motherfucker, don't insult my friends. Like, this is when you could have, like, had this, like, badass, like, red background to reflect Kirishima's anger. Like, come on, man. Especially when Kirishima says, and don't go dissing my friends, and you could have had, like, a red background for when Seiji says, know your place, you worm. Like, I don't understand. Way to take your damn time, Dead Space! But, see, this is what I mean. You have, like, see what I mean? You have, and this is about the 10-minute mark, you have Studio Bones utilizing backgrounds. This is such bullshit. Come on, guys. Okay. Ugh. Why? Why are you giving us this filler right now? This is like the worst time to give us this filler. I fucking hate this filler. Like, I know, at least it's short this time. It's only about less than a minute. But fuck this filler. Anyway, now we're getting to the Deku, Sero, and Ochako content. And I will say this, the rocks are looking nicer now. We actually have more line work, but still don't have comic book effects. Come on, Studio Bones, give us comic book effects. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay, and this is why I don't like this useless filler, because this shit gets cut. We're cutting Deku's lines. This was skipped. Good job making them panic without letting them split up. And also, we did not get visual explanation either. But I guess it was same with Ochako. We didn't get visual explanation for her part of the strategy. Also, when Deku says, yeah, same here, his face looks weird. Am I the only one that noticed that? Like, Deku's face looks kind of weird. All right. Let's see. Okay, we're looking good. Okay, so now we're getting into chapter 108 again. And yeah, we're jumping around chapter 108. And I'm not sure how I feel about it, like doing the Ida Ayama content. You know what? I'm just gonna roll with the Ida Ayama content, doing that first, and then getting into the Bakugo, Kirishima, and oh my freaking god, I'm just losing my and Kaminari content. It is fucking 4:30 in the morning. If I'm forgetting names, fuck it. I love that we did it, and that's awesome, but I wish we had the we did it. But Deku's eyes are wrong. What the fuck? Like, I'm gonna say this about Studio Bones animation up to this point, and this is like up to the 14-minute 8-second mark. It is very hit or miss, but I will say this: the majority of at least the Kaminari Seiji fight was animated nicely. Thank fucking God! I would have hated Studio Bones if they fucked up that fight. Like, again, there's just so much wasted potential with backgrounds. And, also, I don't know what it is, just Deku's facial expressions just look weird this week. You know that, like, less than 50-second filler that we had? This is where you should have put it, Studio Bones. Damn it, he's just cute. Oh, Yama. He's trying to protect Ina. That's so sweet. You know, I'm digging the soundtrack. The writing is really nice. I will say this. This is definitely a huge improvement compared to that shit episode that was last week. So, basically, we finished up with chapter 108. And you know what? this episode, writing-wise, was definitely a lot better than last week. Oh my god, it was so much better than last week. And the fight that I wanted, one of my favorite fights, the Kaminari fight, the Kaminari versus Seiji fight, was for the most part, it was good. It wasn't like fantastic. Like there could have, it's just so sad because Studio Bones could have done so much more with the animation. It could have been so beautiful, and it just wasn't. It just makes me mad that it makes me mad that Studio Bones is not utilizing the animation this season. Because if you compare like this season of My Hero Academia to like season 2, it's just such a disappointment. I feel let down by this animation. Well, of course I'm gonna feel let down by this animation because of Captain Tsubasa 2018 and what David Productions did. Like, what I wish they would have done with the animation, for those of you that watched Captain Tsubasa 2018, there was this amazing goal that Kojiro did at the end of the episode, and there was this bad, and it was so fucking cool. It was like almost like a comic book style animation, and you had this red and orange background going on, and it would have been so cool to see at least like the comic book style going on. And I would have loved to see like the thing that I think hold on, let me collect my thoughts for a second. The thing that My Hero Academia Season 3 is lacking is innovation, and especially in the animation. It is lacking innovation, and it's just so disappointing. And it's making at least to me anyway, it's making the anime a little, especially if people are overhyping it, it's making it like if they did it with like they did with season 2. I don't know. I haven't been seeing checking it on social media or not, to see if it's being overhyped. Like season 2 was way overhyped. I really hope it's not, because it will be in the overrated category for me. It's just such a I feel like this season is just like it's just a letdown in the animation department. It really is. I wish that Studio Bones would do more with the animation. I'm glad they're doing more with the soundtrack, though. That is one thing that I can say that they're at least stepping up with, is the soundtrack. And the writing was definitely better this week. But the animation, what was, I just think, odd was, especially with the was Deku's face, their facial expressions were weird. It did not look right. Like, especially if you looked at the manga, like I do when I watch My Hero Academia, facial expressions looked weird. But I'm very curious what you guys thought of this episode. For the most part, I enjoyed it, but if I didn't watch Captain Tsubasa 2018, I probably would have enjoyed it more, because I wouldn't have seen, like, all the innovation that David Productions is doing. But I swear to God, if you want to know what I'm talking about, go watch episode 19 of Captain Tsubasa 2018, and you will understand what I mean by innovation in the animation. Because what David Productions, and I know you guys get annoyed with me talking about Captain Tsubasa 2018, but I just can't stress it enough that that is what My Hero Academia is missing. It is just missing that, because what David Productions is doing is they're using like various genres of animation. They're using various genres of music, and yeah, My Hero Academia is using various genres of music. But yeah, they're using like multiple genres of animation, and if you've been watching Captain Tsubasa the entire season, it's nothing new. Episode 19 is them just stepping it the fuck up. But yeah, they've been doing it all season, is just using various genres and styles of animation, and how they've been utilizing the lighting is just, and the shadows is just so fucking, oh my God, it's just, It's just, oh, it just so pisses me off. I wish you would be doing this more, Studio Bones. Oh. Anyway, I'm very curious what you guys think. Do you guys think that Studio Bones is not utilizing the animation enough, like I do? And do you guys think that, do you guys think that this is, like, compared to especially season 2 of My Hero Academia, that this has been a downgrade, animation-wise, and also writing-wise? I will say, writing-wise, season 2 was definitely better. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, or the Nerdigans Inc. Discord server. The link to that's in the description box below as well. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans.